Now for a special conversation, please welcome back interviewer Seth Cohen and Mayor of Atlanta, Dickens.
Let's get it for the mayor. Come on. We got the mayor in the house.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on, ForbesBLK?
I actually got to be honest. We were just talking. We have like two mayors in the house, but this is the mayor.
That's right. Y'all want me to get out of the way so y'all can get to the other mayor, which is Jermaine Dupree, the party mayor.
So I want to jump right in, Mayor Dickens, because first of all, I want to thank you for hosting us for this and having us here in Atlanta.
Yes.
This wouldn't be possible without you and your support of what we're doing. You, as we were just discussing, this week celebrated your 50th birthday. You're a young man.
Yeah, that's right. 50 years young, y'all.
50 years young.
Looking at this audience, everybody's like 22.
I'm 50 and I look a lot older. So, but I know since we last spoke, you've learned a lot. A lot's changed in Atlanta. Like, things are just happening.
Yeah.
What have you, in this past year, at 50 years old, just sprinkle us a little bit of wisdom of what you've learned in the past year as the mayor of Atlanta and in 2024, man, it's a lot.
Yeah, now I've been mayor 2.5 years, but I've been 50 only 7 days.
Right.
So this wisdom, it showed me how fast you can get gray hair in this job. This was black when I started. But I was born and raised here. This was my dream job since I was 16 years old. I wanted to be the mayor of Atlanta. And then I became an engineer and then a business owner, just like these folks right here. So the challenges that I endure as mayor, I'm using all these experiences I've had, whether it's being an engineer trying to solve problems, or whether it's been a business owner that's trying to think about my employees. So when we have challenges, I think about small businesses and how we can work together. So I always call Atlanta a group project because I believe that I'm, business-minded but community-focused.
Yeah.
And so that kind of helps what my, administration is all about. Yeah. So as a council member for 8 years, working as an at-large council member serving the entire city of Atlanta, when I rolled into mayor, the wisdom just came right away because, I'm trying to push an aggressive agenda about equity and inclusion and connectivity amongst neighbors and public safety. All of that together, makes for a better Atlanta. And so I've gotten, in 2.5 years, you get wiser and you get a little bit
grayer.
older.
And a little bit grayer. Not too much gray. Well, we were backstage just now with Jermaine and you just spoke a little bit about growing up in Atlanta. There's this whole thing that those of us that live in Atlanta talk about, like the Atlanta way. Mm-hmm. This is the Atlanta way. And I want to know what that means to you. Like, when we talk about the Atlanta way, whether it's in our culture, whether it's in our business, what's the Atlanta way to you?
Yeah, so, there's an Atlanta way of the past, and then there's an Atlanta way kind of 2.0 happening right now. I'm the 7th black mayor in a row.
That's right.
Maynard Jackson, 7th black mayor in a row. Maynard Jackson broke the mold in 1974 when he became the first African-American mayor of the Deep South. Yep. And so all of us are standing on his shoulders. Right. The year that I was born is the year that he became the first black mayor. So I have only been under the mayoralty of black folks. Yeah. And so he ushered in inclusion. Yeah. He was about business and economic development inclusion. We had the numbers, so to speak. It was more minorities in the city than majority. So African Americans were the majority. But we weren't the majority in terms of business contracts, government contracts. We didn't have the world's busiest airport was not the world's busiest at that time, but Maynard had a vision that this airport can go places and do things, and so he was expanding it. But when he looked out at the contractors, he saw that there were very few minority contractors. And so he said, he halted all of the construction, and he said, 25% of this construction at this airport needs to have minority vendors, minority contractors. He went out there and he said, now here's the deal. Y'all can get 75% of this major project, or you can get 100% of nothing because I will stop it. Yep. That grit, that determination has led to the world's busiest airport that has a 38% participation of minority businesses and made more black millionaires than anything in this city.
See.
And so that's the Atlanta way, is saying, listen, we're going to be included. It's not just about counting heads and saying there's more black people than others. It's about, can we count dollars? Can we count opportunities? Can we count inclusion? And are we, together on this?
And, it does seem like Atlanta, every big city has its challenges, and and I don't need to tell you, that's what you're working on all the time.
Right.
But, it does seem like there is a sense of a spirit in Atlanta that we're better together when we do this together. And I guess, why have we been immune to some of these other challenges that other cities have fallen victim to by collaborating better? Like, is that the business community? Is that leadership? Is it all the above? But why are we not falling victim to some of these other cities' strife?
Yeah, well, I don't want to count our chickens before they hatch. I don't want to get ahead of us and saying that we're, future-proof and bulletproof, and that this thing is perfect, right? Yep. Atlanta's not a utopia. We have our challenges. We work on it every single day. It's a slippery slope. You can name your city on the West Coast that has no middle class, right? That literally people have to drive an hour and a half to go to work to be able to be firefighters, school teachers, baristas at the coffee shop. We want to make sure that we're not that place. Or you can be a place that has 600 murders a year. Yeah. That if you don't do this balanced growth. So Atlanta's growing and we're thriving. And we're now the 6th largest metropolitan area in the United States. We have 1.8 million more people going to move into this city in the next 25 years, according to demographers. Folks are moving here, but we don't want to lose the richness of the culture and the existing population that is here. We don't want to price people out. We don't want this city to be a city of haves and have-nots. So you have to have balanced growth. And so how we've been somewhat immune to it, and I can't even hear it with an honest heart say that we are fully there. We are working on it every day because gentrification is real and the challenges of
even the area we're in right now.
Yeah,
even this part of town.
Yeah, this area is not what this was.
Exactly. Those who know. The real ones know.
Yeah, man. I'm right. I'm glad to be here with y'all because this wasn't that. But when it is this now, how do we have opportunities for everybody to participate? So you're right, it is intentionality that makes Atlanta unique. We focus on this. It's in my vision statement. It's in previous mayors' leadership. Yep. We have opportunity to preserve what we have here as culture and to be inclusive with all the folks' who-ness in Atlanta. You can bring your own who-ness. Who you are, bring it to Atlanta, and we have our own culture.
Well, that's a great question, because we got some people from Charlotte Way here. We got some people, from Nashville, Greenville. Like, there's just a lot of stuff popping up in the Southeast. Yeah. The rest of the country's figured out what we got going down, except maybe the heat's going to keep them away. But when someone's looking to come and move their business to Atlanta, or they're looking to move from the Northeast, they get smart, and they move from the Northeast and they're looking to the Southeast. What's our, is there something very compelling that you're thinking about right now that gets us, says, look, Nashville's good, and I know, you know all these mayors, so you don't want to say anything negative about them. No. But how do you differentiate yourself between Nashville, Charlotte, and Atlanta? Like, for a small business coming here, what do we got?
Yeah, so much love to everybody in the South, man. The South got something to say for sure. Everybody's moving to the South, right? Cool. No doubt. Andre 3000 references have to happen anytime I speak. But the South got something to say. And you folks are moving to Charlotte, Nashville, Miami, et cetera, but they are moving to Atlanta. And Atlanta has its own special sauce. So much love to Vi Lyles, the mayor of Charlotte, and others, all the Southern mayors. We love them. But Atlanta's got something special. It's in our DNA. Yep. It's literally, when other places are trying to figure out DEI, it's in who we are. Yep. While others are trying to, other states and other places are stripping it away, we're doubling down on it. My chief equity officer is in this audience, and folks in this room are from Invest Atlanta, helping you to invest. All of the folks here are trying.
So we've got that infrastructure.
We've got the infrastructure and the intentionality and the checks and balances. Like, I tell you, I stand here and people will say, Mayor, you're doing a great job, but do even better over here. I walk around with a full set of folks saying, yay, but what about over here? Yeah. They don't let you get away with, yesterday's successes. It's about, can my business thrive today? Can my business thrive tomorrow? Can I have an opportunity for my son and daughter? And so that keeps us fresh. And we have this talent, the Atlanta University Center with Spelman, Morehouse,
we got a lot of Morehouse,
Clark,
Spelman, Clark, Atlanta.
Brown, Georgia Tech, Georgia State. I mean, Emory, we have talent coming out of our ears. Other places can't create that kind of localized talent. And the last thing is we got the world's busiest airport, and we have the third highest concentration of Fortune 500 companies that we are encouraging them to utilize, to be customers of small and medium-sized businesses.
And we've got some great sports coming around. We got the World Cup we were just talking about. We were selected as one of those cities. I cannot let you leave, though. We're almost out of time, but I cannot let you leave without one of the most pressing questions I have. Who are the Hawks going to pick with their first draft pick? I'm not going to ask you to pick who's going to be president. I just want to know who we get Wednesday night.
All right, so check this out, man. Do you know that a mayor's dream is to get the first round pick?
Yeah.
We never get that. We're gonna get the number one pick for the Hawks.
Yeah.
And man, I'm exuberant Atlanta sports fan of any kind. Yeah. I cry when we lose. I cheer when we win. And I'm tired of crying, man. I'm tired of crying.
You and me both, brother. You and me both.
Tired of crying, man. They got back rooms for me to cry in at the stadium. I just be in there like, almost. But this French kid.
He's a big man.
How tall is he? 7 foot what?
7 foot everything.
He's 7-something.
Yeah.
And he can ball. He got handles. He's like
Wembley. You're feeling it.
Rashashay, or that's how you say his name? That dude? Man, let's get him.
All right.
I need somebody that just dunks on people all the time. Ridiculously committed.
Now you know why he's my mayor.
Dunking on people's heads, man.
Mayor Dickens, I want to tell you, I appreciate you making this possible, making some time for us. We're proud to be in Atlanta. We're bringing this back to Atlanta next year.
Come on back, Seth. Come on back,
we're doing
Seth. And the team.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. All right.